It's hard to refute the notion that having one common language gives business people an easier and more efficient way of doing business across international borders. After all, we can hardly expect them to finalize a deal while trying to use hand signs and body language to get their intentions across. Without a common language, the nuances and subtleties in each and every language present a barrier for communication, socialization processes, and team building, as pointed out by Karsten Johnson in an article titled English Means Business that appeared in Bloomberg BusinessWeek.com's The Debate Room series. Although there are certainly advantages to having English as a lingua franca, there are also downsides as well. Two biggest problems I see are as follows. First, oftentimes it is the privileged and educated elites that are proficient in English in non-English speaking areas around the world. If we were to require English competency in order to do business, we are placing a burden on and at the same time disadvantaging individuals for whom English is not their first language. Instead, by respecting everyone's cultural and language differences, we can have a more respectful, equal, and neutral business environment. Second, the insistence on a particular language is suggestive of linguistic imperialism, a theory put forth by applied linguistics scholar Robert Philipson in his 1992 book, Linguistic Imperialism. I don't have the book, so I'll direct you to the Wikipedia entry on linguistic imperialism here. Philipson defines English linguistic imperialism as the dominance asserted and retained by the establishment and continuous reconstitution of structural and cultural inequalities between English and other languages. It might seem natural for those who are native speakers of English, but this kind of linguistic imperialism might seem just a little hostile to those native speakers of a language other than English. Additionally, more and more endangered minority languages disappear as a result of this language shift. I'd like to show you a research I found while searching through the library database. This is a paper by Kizar, Hayakawa, and N, titled The Foreign Language Effect, published in Psychological Science, June 2012, Volume 23, Number 6. It contains results of 4 experiments and concludes that using a foreign language in decision processes can actually lead to more analytic decision-making processes and less affected by decision biases when using a foreign language than when using their native language. Framing effect, a cognitive bias in which people react differently to a particular choice depending on whether it is presented as a loss or as a gain, is eliminated when participants were asked to make decisions using a foreign language. In other words, learning and using a foreign language can actually improve your decision making. Rather than having everyone speak the same language, why not have a translator? Or better yet, a computer that can translate in real time in your own voice. Several months ago, a friend of mine shared this article from Microsoft with me. It shows the incredible progress of speech translation technology. If you have not seen this video before, I urge you to watch it. I promise you will be floored by this technology. Rick Rashid, Microsoft's Chief Research Officer, wowed the Chinese student audience by having his speech translated in real time and outputted in his own voice in Mandarin Chinese. If we are on the verge of a speech translation breakthrough aided by such brilliant technology as this, why are we still arguing the soon-to-be outdated notion that there should be only one language in business? I'll close my argument with a clip from the video.
And we hope in a few years that we'll be able to break down the language barriers between people.
数年后，我们希望能够打破人们之间的语言障碍。
Personally, I believe this is going to lead to a better world.
我个人认为这将导致更好的世界。